Good evening, everyone. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here. I want to thank Bud and the Harmonicoots organization for inviting me to play and perform for you this evening. And how about it for the Coots orchestra? Now, I just want to say this. They used to call Jerry Murray's Harmonicoots the world's dangerous opening act because it was the hardest one to follow. No, I've got the hardest act to follow in show business. Well, we heard a Sinatra tune earlier, so I'd like to start us off with a wonderful Sinatra song. It was one that Frank used to open all his concerts with, and I figured, well, if it's a good enough opener for Frank Sinatra, it's a good enough one for me. So here we go with Lady is a Tramp. That's not it. What happened there? The band is fired. Well, I meant to tell you, there is a little hitch with this if you don't push the right button. All right, here we go. Tom, you didn't tell me to do one more thing.
Good.
I need a mic for myself. Suffer from AGE, right? Somebody asked me, what I'm just telling you, they asked me the other night, said, how long have you playing harmonica? And we figured it out. This coming SPA convention in August, it'll be 50 years I've been playing this instrument. I said I had 700 hours of music in my head. No, that 700 hours is long gone. I got maybe 700 notes. That's about it. Okay, here we go. harmonica is a toy. And if you go to a lot of stores and you may find a harmonica in the toy section. But we know, as you've been hearing this evening, that the harmonica is far from a toy. You can play all different styles of music on it. What I like to offer now is a classical piece of music. It was used years ago as a theme for a radio show and then became a TV show. And it was about a cowboy who rode a white horse, shot silver bullets. The Lone Ranger, that's right. Tonto was the sidekick. Does anybody know what Tonto means when it's translated into English? You know what that means? Stupid. Imagine if that was on television today. So here we go. We're going to play, it's not the Lone Ranger's theme. I'd like to give you this evening Rossini's William Tell Overture. As my dad used to say, let's play something religious. My dad did play with the harmonicas. I grew up with the harmonica in my home. My dad played the chord harmonica, as Webb mentions, 2 feet long. It's got 1,200 parts in it. It sells for like $1.50 a part. Actually, I have to say this. The chord harmonica is like $1,500, $1,800. The bass harmonica is out there also. That's about $1,000. This harmonica is $50, so. Just saying. The one thing, one of the tunes that Dad played with the Harmonicoots, of course they were known for Peg in My Heart, but they also recorded a beautiful ballad from a movie, and it features a chord solo in it, and Dad passed a number of years ago, but through the luck of being able to record with him, if you'd like, what I'd like to do for you this evening is to play a tune that actually features my dad playing the chord solo on it. It's a beautiful ballad. The name of this is Tender is the Night. Yeah, Dad was probably one of the best chord harmonica players that had ever lived. So I was very, very blessed and fortunate to be able to play with him and learn under him all those years. So starting 50 years ago. Well, here's a wonderful tune. This, by the way, this is a request. Bud's wife had insisted that I perform this evening.
Yay, thank you.
There's a wonderful artist in the 70s, a singer. His name was Gilbert O'Sullivan, and he had a number of hits. And this one actually featured a harmonica on it. So I'd like to play for you this evening. This is Claire. Beautiful song. That's on my Now's the Time CD, which actually was the first CD I actually recorded. So that was one of my early ones. I'm glad to actually have brought that back into the fold. So great song. Here's another great tune. This is I'm drawing a blank on his name. Who wrote it? Isn't this terrible? Oh, you're the one who remembers all these things. It's a great French tune, actually. And this is also from a movie. And the name of the song is Watch What Happens. Another beautiful harmonica song, I think. So time for a little bit of country music. Well, at least got one person at home. I like country music. Actually, most times people say, what country? It's this country. So I don't claim to be an expert. But you saw me pick up, these are called diatonic harmonicas, for those who may not know a lot about the harmonicas. I play mostly what's called a chromatic. Most of the guys and gals in the band play the chromatic harmonica. That's the one with the button on the side. The button gives us sharps and flats. So it's like the black keys on a piano. When the button's out, it's all the white keys. When the button's in, it's the black keys and a couple of white keys that make it into the black keys. Well, these harmonicas are what they call diatonic harmonicas, and they're tuned in different keys. So when you typically see a blues harmonica player, he's got like a belt full of harmonicas and he's changing parts and all that. And that's because the harmonicas are tuned in different keys. So to get sharps and flats, you have to use a technique called bending notes. So you'll hear that. Now, it really lends itself to country music, to blues music. So this tune is a very beautiful country ballad, and I love playing it on a diatonic and a blues harp. So here we go with I'm So Lonesome, I Could Cry. Beautiful tune, beautiful song. See yourself sitting around a campfire, probably all by yourself because you're so lonesome you're crying. What was it? You flushed me. What was it? You flushed. I'm gonna steal that song. You flushed me out of the sink of your bathroom. Of that was it. Okay. So here's a tune. It's a great jazz tune. I love to play jazz, and this is a very famous jazz song. You all know it when you actually hear it start. I'm not going to tell you the name of the tune, but I will tell you it's done by Dave Brubeck. group at Time Out record called Take Five. It's a very, very famous. It's almost like you can't even think of it as a jazz song anymore because it became so popular. So it really is a wonderful piece. Speaking of jazz musicians, we think of Louis Armstrong, who pretty much started jazz music, right? Way back. And he did a wonderful ballad. And my wife actually fell in love with it too. And she says, I think this would be a great harmonica song. So, and it became famous back when he first recorded it, and it had a resurgence again when it appeared in a Robin Williams movie of all things. So, this is a beautiful tune, a Louis Armstrong tune, What a Wonderful World. All they get to see is my back. Maybe that's probably my best side. Well, here we go with a wonderful Latin piece. Again, the harmonica, it's not a toy. It can be used in any kind of musical form. And this particular tune is a Latin piece. It's very exciting, and hopefully I'll get through it. This is Tico Tico. Oh, you know it? Okay, we'll go to the next one then. Here we go. Told you, buddy, 700 notes, I'm done. Is Bud awake? Oh, he's looking at his watch. Okay, Chris, that's good. We got this room till 9:30, so you gotta get up. Well, here's a beautiful tune, and I know everybody in this room will know it. I wasn't alive when it was played, but I know everyone in this room will know it. If you haven't figured out by now, I love playing ballads. Tom and I were talking, and we both have come to the realization that the older musicians get, fast tunes that's fun, but we don't have to do that anymore because we really love to pour our heart and soul into these ballads, these beautiful songs. And this instrument really lends itself to that. So here's a beautiful song. I don't know why, I just do. Another great tune. I want to say this is turn of the century, the last century. When we say that now, it's like turn of the century. That was 19 years ago. The turn of the century right now. How about that? It's a great tune that Miles Davis performed. And I'd like to give you the Miles Davis version of this. This is Bye Bye Blackbird. the Harmonicoots for inviting me to play, Tom for also putting in a good word for me. And I'd like to leave you with another great classical piece of music. You'll know it when you hear it. I'll give you the name of it, but you may know it by the name, which is never know when you hear it. I want to thank again Bud for having us here. And here we go with Saber Dance.
Opportunity to meet the author of Roots, Alex Haley. He told me, you know, we're in the moment of greatness. What do you think? We're going to do one more number. Tom, come on up with Chris. And then we got a closing thing. We're all done, but hang in there. Sorry, we're running just a bit longer. We're doing fine. Hang in there, okay?
Nathan, can you hear me?
Yeah.
He's gone for the night. I just want to tell you that when Carolyn comes up, she's going to use this mic over here, and she's going to use it for vocal and harmonica.
Thank you.
So be ready.
So I have to say how much of an honor it is to share the stage with Tom Stryker. It really is an incredible honor for me. Tom remembers when I first came on the scene playing harmonica back in almost 50 years ago now. So Tom's been a wonderful friend and a dear supporter of my efforts. So we're going to play a tune here. I guess I really know what you're introduction for it. We'll just do it. Okay. This is East of the Sun.
Okay, can you hear me now? Good. We have another great person that's going to join us tonight. You saw her last year, Carolyn Dolan. Let's give her a hand. Now this is really a momentous occasion for us because we are 3 of 4 of E-Stop Harmonica endorsees. And we're all here tonight, all together. Of course, she lives in Lake Tahoe and I live in Reno, so that's pretty good. This guy's all the way from the east, right? And tonight, we're going to have our official signing ceremony of our E-Stop endorsement agreements in front of our great friends, the Harmonicoots, and all of you.
It's kind of like getting married again, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, kind of like. So, what are you going to do tonight?
Speaking of Frank Sinatra, we did an opening with Frank Sinatra, so I thought, why not end the night with Frank Sinatra with one of his other great tunes? It's almost a full moon, so we're going to fly us to the moon tonight. All right? I think we're all going to take a little turn on this one. Is that right?
Yeah. Okay. We were trying.
By the way,
We call this winging it.
why don't you grab your mic and come over here?
Okay. Let's see. I think I'll just move the whole thing.
Carolyn Dolan.
Fly me to the moon and let me sing among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words,
the great Carolyn Dolan. So we're running short on time. We did have another song that we wanted to do, but we're running out. But what I want to say to you is, through the last number of years, I've had the great privilege of seeing you folks out here and being with these great Harmonicoots, and I've kind of run through the path. But there's two people up here who have not gone through the path of the rites of passage. So I'd like to turn this over to Bud Gardner.
Thank you, Tom. Let's hear from Tom Stryker again, please. Love to have you be witnesses to an induction. We're going to induct Chris Bauer as a headliner tonight as an honorary member of the Harmonicoots. Here you go. What do you think? Good idea? It's only fitting that we do the same thing for Carolyn Dolan. We're going to play our theme song, and then we're going to take that quick picture. Richard Payne is our photographer tonight. We're going to take... We're going to take a picture tonight with these three people. We now have a harmonica class going of chromatic. I've got 25 people in it, and we have East Top harmonicas, which is a fantastic one that Tom and with Chris and Carolyn's influence, we got them at a decent price, a really low price to help us out. And I'm just pleased, so we're going to have a little signing of here at the table right after, if you don't mind. But right now, we're going to finish with our Coots song, which is "Oh, When the Coots Go Marching Out." We're going to have a lot of fun. So you guys jam it up all you can, okay? All right. Ready?